Actually, guys, another little add-on, which seems to be the norm with my videos in the last few months, is there's always a, oh, I should have said that, I should have said this. You know, I never use scripts or anything. I kind of speak from the heart, because what God's put into my heart, into my spirit, you know, the wisdom and such like that, sort of overrides pretty much. I don't pretty much need any scripts. But one thing I should have mentioned is that I remember that time that I did go back to work, because the round that I was on, when I remember skipping and jumping, like, you know, literally bouncing down the road off my legs and just full of energy, you know, not eating and stuff like that. I remember one of the, like I said, it was all spiritual as well. I was back to work, and this driver was a new driver that I was with, because, oh, actually the guy was on holiday for, about 3 or 4 weeks actually. It's quite a long holiday, and I was with a guy called Franco, a Spanish guy, and they were on around, and I remember it being a Wednesday, and he mentioned to the other loader, Kingsley, black lad, hell of a nice lad, but actually one of my closest friends from work, and he is a Christian, he says, but then like Franco starts talking about, oh, I'm Lucifer and all this, trying to wind him up, and I like responded, I can't remember exactly what I said, then he's like, oh, you're Christian too, I was like, yeah, of course I am. And I remember working with them for the next few weeks, and actually something strange happened. Like, let me lay out, sorry, where I live on the west side of Conwy River, which is the Snowdonia Mountain range. And if you kind of look at it as Conwy River being a fault line, well, this Franco guy, this driver, lives on the opposite side of the river. And you could call it the sloppy lower regions compared to the Snowdonia Mountain ranges. The hills are, you know, fairly small. I mean, there is hill, and anyway, he lives on this hill, the Colwyn Heights, and he told me, he goes, I had a dream the other night. I said, oh yeah, what was the dream? And I don't think I'd said anything about what happens when God's throne, Nibiru, passes over earth, the sixth seal. The rapture. You know, the massive earthquakes, the pole shift. The crust's moving, everything else is going to happen with that, tsunamis, volcanoes and everything else. Obviously the rapture, the great multitude, all the young, all the old. the marking of the 144,000. Us fleeing into the mountains. I probably didn't mention anything about that. I don't think I did at all, to be honest. It was just the odd comment and comment back and stuff like that. But he comes up. Well, like I said, I was only working with them for about a couple of weeks, or 2 or 3 weeks even. And no, he came into work one day. He said, "Oh, I had a dream last night." And where he lives is on the wrong side of the river, if you want to say that. He goes, "I was just there at home," and he goes, "I had this massive shaking like this, as if it was like an earthquake." And I went, "All right." And he goes, "And then the land just fell away, like just melted kind of thing." I was like, "Oh, what happened then?" He goes, "Well, I don't know, that was the end." So he had a dream of basically what's going to happen when God's throne hits. That like sloppy side of the river that he lives in, it's going to fall away like that. So yeah, that was around the same time, well, it would have been in August 2020. So I just wanted to add that little bit as well. God bless.